The University of Northwestern Ohio, offering rare access to professional racing through a unique curriculum, propels young men and women into the fiercely competitive world of motorsports. Those careers start right here. Mind, character, physical ability. Motorsports U, the art of educating all three. Last week on Motorsports U, the University of Northwestern Ohio's motorsports teams was at Bristol Motor Speedway to work on the top executive for the UNOH Perfect Storm 150. And as some of the team members get a chance to go over the wall in NASCAR's O'Reilly Auto Parts 200 truck race. The exposure to other NASCAR teams and people in the racing industry is a very valuable part of the education at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
Nobody out there doing what UNOH does. I mean, nobody. You know, for the exposure of the school and to put these kids where they are, I mean, to go over the wall at a NASCAR race, I mean, that's a dream. That's a dream, and they're making it happen.
This week is the Limaland Motorsports Park Championship. The drivers in both the stock and modified division have won heat races and B mains, but the modified team is still looking for its first feature win. Anybody who's anybody in dirt track racing will be at the final event of the year, the Limaland Motorsports Park Championship.
Out there, I drawed a bad number tonight, which is, this is the worst night to do it. I'm leading the points by 2. I'm gonna have to start on the tail of my heat. I have to get to the front. And there's no plan for that. You don't know where the cars are gonna go or where they're gonna be or who's gonna be in your heat race, so I'm just gonna, I hate to even say it, but I'm gonna throw all caution to the wind. I gotta get to the front.
I come to win. I come every week to win. You know, I tell some of the students at times that, you know, if you got a car that you came from the back and you're up to second and the leader's gotten away from you, don't wreck the car to try to win the race. I mean, you come from back, you come forward, that's a good thing, you know, when you're learning. But I've been around this long enough, I come to win, I guess. Yeah, he's 2 points ahead of me at this point. It's all going to come down to tonight, and that's the way it should be. I mean, if I beat him, I'm probably going to win the points. If he beats me, he's probably going to win the points. So,
Heat number 1 started out with Chris Buskus running a good race and placing 4th, putting him in tonight's feature.
I was giving him room in that 74 room to spread out a little bit, so if they did tangle up, I could squeak by him. I don't know if I got into him at all, but you got right on. That one time I came out of 4 and slid up in front of him a little bit, I thought I got into him, but Gene was right, it's faster than it's been all year. It's real fast. You know, I was driving in 1 over here, driving straight onto the cushion. It was faster at the end once I got it.
down here about lap 6, looked like
it bounced. I jumped the cushion blatant. I mean, I went in and tried driving, you know, turning the car down, and it never wanted to just point. So it just kind of, it came up a little bit and hopped the cushion, and once I got it there, I had to turn it down.
Driver transfer was good.
Yeah, where'd we finish? 4th? It was just kind of keep an eye on the fence, and you'd watch it go. That's all you'd have to do is just watch the fence posts go by. First lap, I went from, I think, 8th to 5th or 6th. Wasn't too bad of a start. I was just trying to let the guys in front, you know, have their wrecks and play around with each other up there and then slip by when I saw the opportunity. Last night of the season, I'm not going to do anything stupid, be smart with it, you know. But finished 4th. Probably could have got the guy in 3rd. A couple more laps would have had him. The 20 car held me up a little bit, but it's a good finish. Not too bad.
Andy Strait had a tough heat race and finished in 6th position. forcing him to run in the B main to qualify for the feature race.
Get up to him, then drop back down. The biggest thing you need to work on that entry is letting it right off and letting it roll real far again. Did you get back into where you can keep that thing up on the bars? And that's why you're losing the drive off the corner. And you got decent drive off the corner, the car's got a bite, so you're losing your momentum.
Yeah.
If you keep it up there, so you can leave that thing to pull down the straightaway. So you get back to work on keeping that thing up.
In the stock division, Cody Wiesner avoided trouble in the first few laps and held on to take the checkered flag.
Well, I wasn't really sure. I mean, I take every race as it is, but we had to start fifth, so we had Post and Ralston and Woodard. They're real heavy hitters. Bowen was behind me, and everybody got tangled up, and I just picked them off one at a time. I mean, everything went really, really good. Post jumped the cushion and screwed up, so I mean, that's pretty much our luck right now. I mean, everything's starting to go our way, and we'll see how the rest of the night goes. I mean, if people make mistakes like they were making, and I can counteract for it, then we'll be good.
When he got hit, it knocked the toe out, so we're just readjusting our toe.
Ryan Odette was running a good race in heat number 3, but lost all power coming out of turn 3. He did get the car fired back up. A few laps later, we saw sparks underneath the 01 car, and Ryan, not wanting to do further damage to the school's equipment, pulled into the infield.
It's a completely different car, completely different setup than the beginning of the year than what I drove in. So go out, hot laps, get a feel for the car. Heat race, get a feel for the car a little bit more there, and just do my best. Just try and at least move forward in the field.
You got no power? Okay. Now I do. Something loose in. Try the battery cable. Check that. Where's that? Here. Yeah. The batteries fell out of it. The battery fell out. Take the battery all the way out of it. Get down the bolt, measure the length of the other one, weld it back on.
Yeah, that was the sparks. But we're trying to determine whether it's pin sheared in the spring. And they're like, duh, duh, duh. I said, just go get a spring and test it.
We had the battery pulled down, busted, and then because of all the vibration from the mud in the tire, everything got to bouncing and it snapped. These were welded on to the carrier to snap it right off. So we got to get a way to secure the battery back in there.
Yeah, the thing about it is, and I've said this before, at the college they can teach them the skills to prep the cars and to build the engines, to do the body work, but when it comes to the driving part of it, sometimes that takes years and you have to just race more and more. And I can remember you know, when I was a young driver, sitting in line just thinking, man, I just hope I don't wreck tonight, and I hope I stay out of trouble. And now it's a comfort level for me that I don't get nervous. I'm just ready. I'm ready to race, and I'm ready to win. I just convince myself that there's nobody that wants to win the race more than I do, and I do everything in my power to win it, and I never give up. And I think for the younger drivers, the confidence will come as they start winning the races. And I know a couple of the students had great runs out here this year, a couple second place finishes, and I think that'll all come with years of experience. But as far as, you know, the prepping the cars and building them and all that, they can learn that stuff in a pretty short period of time, but the driving part's a little different.
Really, it's kind of another night. Big thing is try to avoid all the wrecks, because there's probably going to be a lot more wrecks. But it's going to be kind of night as normal, because tomorrow we're running Waynesfield, and then we still got additional race at Waynesfield, and then the big nationals at Eldora.
Final chance to make the 20-lap feature for the Can-Am UMP Modifieds. This B-main will go for 8 laps. The top 5 finishers in this B-main will advance directly to the 20-lap feature for the Can-Am UMP Mods. We look for the green.
In the K&N UMPH Modified B main, Andy Straight started third, read the track well, and ran the bottom line in the first part of the race. When he was forced to run on the cushion, he did a great job and held on for a very impressive win, advancing him to the feature race.
Kind of screwed up going into 1 on the start and fell back to like 5th, I think it was. And then I just had to be patient and just keep it on the bottom, get around everybody. So the top group was faster, but they were already up there. So once I got past them, I moved back up and led the rest of the race.
The K&N UMPA feature race to determine the Limaland Motorsport Park track champion is the last chance for the UNOH race team to get their feature win for the season. It was a good race, with both UNOH modified drivers racing hard against each other. But it was Andy getting by Chris to finish 1 spot higher, earning him the coveted Rookie of the Year title.
I'd get back on the throttle and it would just kind of, and it was me. I was being smooth as I could be. It was. We'll check on the drop. Where'd we even finish? 10th. Hey, cars in one piece. Let's go race tomorrow.
Started 16th. Thanks. And just past, like I was on the top for a while, and it was okay, and then guys were past me, and I saw that they're moving, passing me on the inside, so I stuck it right on the bottom and started going forward a little bit. So happy with that. It's definitely a little nerve-wracking. I was just wondering what he was going to do a couple times, but it was fun racing. We raced hard, but we raced clean, so it was a lot of fun.
I was a little nervous with him running right there with Chris, because I know it's friendly competition, but they get pretty into it sometimes. I figured they were going to race each other clean, which seemed like they did, and we just came out on top this time.
In the stock feature, Cody Wiesner starts on the outside pole and was holding the lead through the first part of the race until he got high in the cushion and lost position. He was then forced to run the bottom of the track. When the caution flag came out, Cody brought the car into the pit with engine trouble and finished a disappointing 15th.
I'm not sure what happened exactly. The motor, something when I rolled back in the throttle, it just, like it stumbled a little bit, and I got up and hooked the right rear on the cushion. Cause I didn't think I hit my mark any different than I did the lap before, but like when I rolled back in the gas, it stumbled, and then it stumbled down the straightaway, and I got in the wall, and then it was already, like it cleared up. I thought it was fuel, and it cleared up, and then the caution come out like 2 laps later, and then about quit coming down the front stretch. So I was just like, I revved it up a little bit to see, and it was missing really bad, so I just pulled in. It wasn't worth staying out, and I know it wasn't over it, so.
He was leading the race, doing a good job. Just missed his entry a little bit in the corner, jumped up on top of the cushion, lost a few spots, and he said it started missing, or he heard it knock once, then it went away, and it started popping, so he pulled it off.
The 12th annual King of the Quarter Mile races are 10-lap showdowns that pit the respective feature winners throughout the season against each other for thousands of dollars in additional prize money. Starting positions are determined by a random draw as young fans join the festivities, making the selection for the competing drivers.
Tonight's just a season championship, and then there's a 10-lap shootout at the end of the night. They call it the King of the Quarter Mile. And they take all the winners from throughout the year and put them all in that. And I think there's 8 of us, so it's going to be, really it's going to be like basically another feature because I mean there's 8 of the fastest cars there on any given night, so it's still going to be just as hard as any other night that we're there. So, and plus there's only 10 laps to do it, so that's going to be a big key thing there is going to be the starting position. So if we start out front, I think hopefully if everything goes smooth, maybe we can bring one home.
Cody can definitely get around this track, there's no doubt about it. Unfortunately, he had a really crappy pill draw. We start 9th, so we start at the back. It'll be hard to make our way to the front in 10 laps.
Yeah, we've been talking at home just because I live with the crew chief, Cody, and Sam, and he's one of the teammates. We've been talking all week about how awesome it'd be to go out and win it. So, there's a lot of pressure just between the coaches and the team, because they know with the car's been in the winner's circle before, so they know its capabilities, and honestly, I think it's a lot faster. Now we've changed a couple things, and it's a lot more consistent now than it used to be, so we'll see what happens, but the pressure's on, so we'll see.
UNOH racer Cody Wiesner, a winner from earlier this season, bolted to the front at the start and held the lead over Koss and Anderson for the first 6 circuits. Wiesner of Muskegon, Michigan, suffered a slight wobble, and that's all it took for Jeff Koss to make the pass for the lead. On the lap 8 restart, it was Koss, Anderson, and Wiesner at the front of the field.
That's pretty funny. That's a good run, bud. Alright, I'm ready to go around on Big Dog. Huh? Go around hard laps now.
strong. When I went down to the bottom and that rut coming out of 2, it was like, huh, it was like, holy, it was carrying it. It's so much different. Like the steering wheel's in a different spot, the gas pedal is in a different spot. It's just goofy to drive. The block, I didn't need a block. It's just the throttle's like 6 inches off the side, so you gotta. I stuck my heel on the side of the thing, and I drove like, I shit you not, I drove like this the whole night. My foot was killing me when I got done. Because I mean, when we went and that caution come out, when I got into cause, it threw my foot off the gas pedal. So I'm just glad I finished.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for your help, man.
Next week on Motorsports U, the team is headed to Eldora Speedway for the UMPH Nationals. When you think of Eldora, you think of speed.